Hi, it's Bronwyn from Rap, and today I'm going to share a great mastering technique with you. In mastering, we use EQ, compression, and limiting as our main tools, but you can also use reverb. And there are a lot of different ways to use reverb. You can create an acoustic space in order to match the sound of different acoustic spaces. This is especially important if you're dealing with a collection of recordings that have been recorded in different spaces. And you want to then use the reverb to create a specific sonic space that all of the songs can identify with and fit into. You can also use reverb to create a nice smooth tail for the end of the song. A lot of times mix engineers think they're helping the mastering engineer by cutting off the beginning and cutting off the end. But actually the reality is that you should allow a nice open beginning with a couple of seconds silence before the track actually starts. And then again, at least 2 to even 3 seconds of a tail after the music and effects have tailed out right at the end of the file as well. Let the mastering engineer clean it all up and top and tail. However, my favorite use for reverb in mastering is to create a sense of depth and warmth, a widening and a deepening of the soundstage. So I'll use a short but not very bright reverb with a decay time of around 300 to 750 milliseconds. And then I'll roll off the top end at around about 2.5K, 3K. This presents a really nice natural depth. Just be really careful. Reverb can soften the general sense of the sound, so you need to listen carefully if you're going to use it on rap or metal or rock genres. You really don't want to lose the edginess of that. So this technique is really great for the more acoustic styles, and I have an example right here. It's a great jazz track, and I'm going to place this jazz track in a jazz club. You can have a look at my settings here. You can see that I've rolled off the reverb at around about 3K, and I've also got a bit of a roll off at the low end at around about 50 hertz as well. And then you can see that my length is 634 milliseconds, and I've mixed it in quite nice and low in the mix. I just wanted to create that sense of warmth and depth, and again, to deepen the soundstage. So let's have a listen. I'm going to actually start off with the reverb quite nice and loud, and then I'll dial it back so you can really get a sense of what it sounds like. So here we go. Just remember that your reverb really needs to be the very last thing in the chain. Depending on where you place the reverb, if you place it before or after the limiter or another processor, that reverb itself will be processed. So you'll notice that in my processing chain on my final stereo output, I have placed this reverb over here. So on my stereo mix, I am actually mastering as I'm mixing at the moment, but that's a little bit more complex, and it'll be the subject for another video, I'm sure. I'll catch you again next time.